We are Aaron and Chiara. Usually we live in a bus in Australia, but we've been backpacking through Southeast Asia for the past few months. Here are some tips we wish we knew before travelling to Cambodia. Something very interesting you need to know if you're travelling to Cambodia is that almost everywhere you'll be able to pay in both Cambodian rial and US dollars. This is because under the 1975 to 1979 rule of the Khmer Rouge, money was abandoned, banks abolished, and the central bank was blown up. This happened because the Khmer Rouge leader, Pol Pot, tried to force an agrarian society on Cambodians, resulting in a genocide that claimed over 2 million lives. Cambodia has run a dual currency system ever since United Nations peacekeepers arrived to oversee elections in 1993, bringing with them US dollars. These dollars circulated in tandem with rial, providing much needed currency stability. However, today's Cambodian government is now trying to reduce the use of US dollars in favour of the rial. The official currency in Cambodia, the Cambodian rial, trades at around 4,000 rial to $1 US. Make sure to have both currencies with you, as hotels, restaurants will mostly quote you in US dollars, but street vendors will mainly ask for rial. You can even do a split payment, so hopefully you're good at math. Another important thing to know is that they will only accept near perfect dollar notes, so make sure you check your change.
Coming from Thailand, we have found Cambodia to be a little more expensive. The prices for the hotels are quite similar, but we have found the food to be more pricey compared to Thailand. Even the 35 baht cheese sandwich at 7-Eleven is double the price here. This might also be because of the fact that when using US dollars, the price gets often rounded up. Also, you won't find food markets every other corner like in Thailand, so you will mostly have to eat in restaurants that are usually more expensive. However, if you are keen to do some shopping, you can find a lot of great quality items for very cheap. We loved the old market in Siem Reap to buy clothes and souvenirs, while the central market in Phnom Penh is more local and better to buy everyday items, like this backpack that I paid only $18 for.
We spent 5 days in Siem Reap, 2 of which we spent in Angkor Wat. When most people think of Siem Reap, they think that the only thing to see here are the amazing temples of Angkor Wat. However, we loved Siem Reap, and we could have spent much longer here. From the Hero Rat Centre to the Fair Circus, Pub Street, the floating markets, and even an airplane house. We wish we had more time to spend here. We spent 4 days in Phnom Penh, and if we could go back, we would have spent a few more days in Siem Reap and less time in the capital city instead.
Speaking of Phnom Penh, make sure to be careful if you visit the capital city. We have been told that thievery is very common, especially scooter robbery. Make sure you use some precautions when you are around. So don't walk while speaking on your phone or looking at maps, and if you have to do so, stop somewhere inside a building. Or if you are on the street, do it facing a wall, possibly with someone watching your back. Always leave your passport at the hotel and go around with a copy. Always carry your bag across your body. And when you ride a tuk-tuk, don't leave your bag on the seat next to you, and if you want to use your phone, make sure to keep it on the inside of the vehicle. We were so worried that we never carried our professional camera around, and we only filmed with the GoPro. However, last day when we were going to the airport, our Grab driver was also a policeman. We asked him if Phnom Penh was dangerous, and he had a laugh and said that the only dangerous area was the one in which we were staying. Figures. The view from the hotel was amazing though.
Another thing you should know when you visit Phnom Penh is that the most important places to see while you are here are the Tol Slang Genocide Museum and the Killing Fields. In order to enter, you should cover your legs and your shoulders as a sign of respect. Unfortunately, we noticed that people were allowed to enter even if they were not dressed appropriately. A lot of people died in these places. Don't go in there with shorts showing half your ass or a crop top like Pamela Anderson in Baywatch. You wouldn't go to the cemetery in your own country to visit your deceased grandmother dressed like this, would you? Please, don't be that person. This counts also for when you visit temples, and yes, Angkor Wat is a temple. If it wouldn't be allowed in a church, don't try and pull it off in a temple. This is very disrespectful towards locals. Keep the naked skin for the beach.
One of the main differences we have found in Cambodia compared to other countries in Southeast Asia is that you can get a tuk-tuk in the Grab app. If you don't know what the Grab app is, it's the Asian version of Uber and Uber Eats, and it will become your best friend. We love riding in tuk-tuks, but we stopped doing it after we got scammed a few times in Thailand. In Cambodia, however, you can book a tuk-tuk through the Grab app, so you will always know the price in advance. They are also much cheaper than a taxi. If you ride in Phnom Penh, you might want to bring a mask with you, if you don't want to turn your lungs black. If you visit Angkor Wat, there is no need to use a Grab. You can just cut a deal with any tuk-tuk driver on the street. They will take you around the temples and wait while you visit for $20 to $25 per day.
Something else you should know before visiting Cambodia is that the stallholders are very pushy, especially in Siem Reap. Trust us, Thailand is nothing compared to what you will experience here. However, everyone is super friendly, and you will really help them out if you buy something from them. Just know that if you dare to enter the markets, you will end up buying something, even if you are not planning to.
When you buy something, make sure to haggle. We suck at it, badly. In fact, my mom was always haggling for us. Not only haggling is totally accepted in the majority of places in Southeast Asia, but is expected. It's just the way the business is done here. Haggling should be fun, not stressful. Smile and have a laugh while you negotiate. Most importantly, always be polite to the vendor. And remember that even as a broke backpacker, you will always have more money than the average Cambodian. The policeman we mentioned earlier was driving a Grab to make more money because his wage was only $400 per month. Could you imagine a policeman in your own country doing a second job to supplement their income?
Speaking of markets, please don't buy from the local children. You might think you are helping them out, but in reality you are doing the opposite. If children are able to easily make money on the streets, more and more children will be encouraged to skip school to sell stuff to tourists and miss out on an education. Buy from the adults instead.
There is another thing that is a no-no in Cambodia, and that is riding elephants. Elephants' spines shouldn't support the weight of people, and doing so all day can lead to permanent spinal injuries. There are further complications from having a chair attached to their backs. Furthermore, in order to make them ready for humans to ride, they need to make them easy to control. An Asian elephant can weigh over half a ton, so in order to make it so they are safe to be ridden, they have to go through a process that breaks their spirit. This process tortures the elephants so they eventually feel helpless against people and would never protest against doing something that they don't want to. This is valid for every other country that has elephants, and not just for Cambodia. Please don't ride them.
If you're a digital nomad and you are traveling in Cambodia, you should know that the Wi-Fi is not very good and you might want to buy a SIM card. These are very cheap. However, make sure you ask if the SIM card can hotspot to your computer. We didn't even know this was a possibility, so imagine our surprise when we tried to get some work done and instead we had to run to the closest Starbucks. However, they have an awesome pistachio coffee, so make sure you try this if this happens to you as well.
Last but not least, another thing you should know about Cambodia is that the people are amazing. They always have smiles on their faces despite all the horror their country went through. They are willing to rebuild their country and they are proud of it. So make sure you stop and talk to them and listen to their stories. Well, this is it from Cambodia. We love it here and we can't wait to come back. If you like this video, make sure to give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and we will see you in the next one.